Hi all, welcome back. Now let us see a simple challenge. Try to do this challenge by yourself. If you complete previous two modules, you will be able to solve this challenge very easily. Try to do this challenge by writing SQL script. And I will show you an alternative way to achieve the same task by using SQL Server Management Studio. So let's see the challenge. First, create two databases. Give any name, say TestDB and TestDB2, and then delete one of the database. You could delete either of them. Then select one of the database as the current database, and in that database create multiple tables. Say create one table called table user login and another one called table status. So create two tables. One is table user login and another one is table status. Make sure that table user login allow you to store 4 columns. One is user ID, then username, password, created. And the data types. User ID should support integer data types. Username and password should allow you to save data up to 25 characters. And created is a date data types. Similarly, table status should support 2 columns, say user ID and status. User ID should be integer type and username or status should be a string data type. The value will be active or inactive. So make sure that you are able to create these two tables by using SQL script. And I will show you how to create table by using SQL Server Management Studio in the explanation. Then insert data. Insert 3 rows into both the table, and I will give you the value. You could enter any value. Make sure that user ID should be 1, 2, 3, and you could give any value. So insert 3 rows into table user login. So I am going to enter admin user1 and user2 as the username for these 3 rows and some random value in the password and created. Similarly, enter 3 values into table status and make sure that user ID is 1, 2, 3 and status is either active or inactive. Then try to update the value. Say if you insert some value into the table, say try to update the value. Right now we have user ID 1 and 2 is active, then 3 is inactive. Edit the user ID 3 as active, then edit the value user ID 2 as inactive. So try to write this script by using SQL. Then try to write script to retrieve the data. Say we have 3 rows in table user login. Try to write a SQL statement to retrieve all the rows and all the columns. Then retrieve specific rows, say user ID 1 and 2, try to retrieve user ID 1 and 2. Then try to retrieve only single column. Say you want to retrieve only one column called user ID, but all the rows, there are 3 rows are there, try to retrieve all these 3 rows, but only one column. Similarly, try to write another script to retrieve only one column called username and try to retrieve all the columns. Say there are 3 columns or 3 rows are there, try to retrieve all these 3 rows. Also write another script to retrieve only 2 columns. Say there are 4 columns are there, but we want to retrieve only 2 columns, say user ID and username, but all the rows. So make sure that you are able to write all this kind of simple script by using SQL. Also while retrieving 2 columns, try to filter out. Say you don't want to retrieve all the rows, only 2 columns and 2 rows. So we want to retrieve user ID 1 and 2 and only 2 columns, user ID and username. So try to write all this specific select statement. Then try to remove some data. Try to remove specific row. First you specify some rows and try to remove the data. So I'm going to remove first two rows for user ID 1 and 2. Then I will show you how to remove entire data from the table. So we could use different method. I will show you different way to remove this data by using simple SQL script, but I will show you alternative way of removing data from a table. Then we will see how to delete the entire table. So try to delete these two tables, and I will show you alternative way of deleting tables. So this is the small challenge, and try to do it yourself, and in next videos I will show you how we could achieve the same task. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.